is. You're telling them to go, you're not telling me to stop. I sound like a dick. No problem, that's the problem.
The problem was that somebody from I was misunderstood between the director and Mela. I want to calm down, but they start to go.
Who's the director? Who's the director?
Yeah, I just take he just takes now the dispatch code.
No, because we got really lucky again. I said this like 2 or 3 events ago. Can't keep getting lucky. I think I done it in the festival door. Yeah?
Very good.
One more question. One more question. Are they taking air off that last roll or are they stuck? Once again? Are they air? Wait. When it transmits. Yeah.
Take double fill it. Take double fill it. Here I am, just trimming the first bit, last bit, just about to upload. All of a sudden, the upload is already.
How warm it is, but
Rhythm, and I'm like, I am literally just about to do that. Off the stream?
shaken, not stirred. A little bumpy ride on the way down.
Who is he talking to?
Someone tweeted in the resort. So good afternoon and welcome back to the coverage here of the World Power Alpine Skiing World Cup Final 2018. We're here in Kimberley in Canada. My name's Alan March, the commentator for the entire World Cup season. And it's cold, as you might be able to tell from that shot there. It was minus 17 this morning. We started the competition. The snow flurries have caused a bit of a havoc as well. If you're just tuning in, maybe this is the first time you've had chance today. We've already had one competition in the downhill. This is our second competition. Minus 17, as I said there, around about minus 16 is the air temperature, but it's so cold on the ground and a lot of snow. The Dreadnought course, 1,770 metres in altitude, a drop of 450 metres. There's 34 gates on this course. Who can navigate it better in the second competition than they did in the first? Or will we have the same winners, the same outcomes throughout the course of the 6 competitions? We'll soon find out, won't we? VI competition up first, as always in this World Cup campaign. Millie Knights, Farkasova, Fitzpatrick, Umstead, Manila and Ristau to go in a few moments' time. A slight delay to our scheduled start of 1 o'clock. We were then scheduled at 1:15. That's been pushed back a little bit as well. The forerunners are just making their way down, testing out the course, making sure everything's all right. For more exclusive content and to follow everything that happens in the world of alpine skiing, you can go to @ParaAlpine on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Snapchat as well. Of our army of volunteers, just scribbling down some instructions for a little bit later on. All the times kept on a board at the bottom of the run here in Kimberley. I mentioned it in the first competition. Picturesque it is here in Kimberley. Beautiful snowfall covered town. And you can see not just you but everybody on the course awaiting the start here of the second competition. There's another of our forerunners getting ready. By contrast, the sun has come out towards the back end of the first competition and visibility looks a lot better at the top. It was quite difficult, according to Claudia Loesch, at times. She was interviewed after her victory in the women's sitting event. As we mentioned, first out of the gate this time round will be Millie Knight. Her and guide Brett Wild coming in third position in the first competition. After that will be Henrietta Farkasova, who came second in the first event. And then Menna Fitzpatrick, who, well, if she emulates what she did in the first competition earlier on, will be the overall World Cup winner for the downhill event. The rules explained yesterday to me were that 4 events had to be scheduled, not run. They had to be scheduled, and that is indeed been met. The fact that we haven't run any because of the weather conditions around Europe is irrelevant to the outcome of today. In the background you can see Brett Wild. Not only does he like an orange bib, gets himself an orange top as well, so that'll be to aid visibility. Levels of impairment differ between the 6 ladies that take part. Some are B2, some are B3. Those with B3 have a higher level of visual acuity than those that are B2. We do go down as far as a B1 classified skiers. There are none here competing here on day 1 in Kimberley. And, Brett and Millie just moving around, trying to stay as warm as physically possible when it's minus 16, 17. These are the youngsters that have been our forerunners. All 5 appear to be down. So that should mean that we're not far away. Here we are then. Millie Knight, centre of your screen. Number 1 on the bib. That was the position she finished in Treviso at the World Championships last year in the downhill. They want, and they've been praying for some opportunities to get some competitive practice. And you see the visibility here in this section of the course really has changed. It was hard at the top this morning. Now the sun's out up there. That section of the course, abysmal. But, well, it's the same for all of them. How they cope with it. You see Brett stretching his arms out, making himself as visible to Millie as he can. Getting himself in front and giving out those instructions through the mics on the helmets. Millie will be listening in, trying to follow every instruction that Brett can give her, whilst the pair of them attempting to go as fast as they can. She was the youngest ever Brit to compete at a Paralympic Winter Games when she went to Sochi, just 15. And she did not let herself down. 2 fifth-place finishes at just 15 years of age. The expectation from herself, let alone everybody else, is so much higher this time around. Here she is in the second downhill competition of the day. Whilst in the slalom events, they're used to doing 2 runs and then having their times combined. Not the same here, crossing the line. Well, we'll wait for the official time for Millie Knight in just a few moments. 1:23.64 is what's on the clock now. Next up is Henrietta Farkasova. "31-year-old with guide Natalia Subatova. Golds in Vancouver. Golds in Sochi. Do not be mistaken in thinking that Farkasova has had her time. She is very much in form and looking to be a gold medal wearer at a third straight Paralympic Games. Giant slalom gold and downhill gold. In Sochi. 3 golds in Vancouver. The Super Combined, the Super G and the Giant Slalom. So a hat-trick of Giant Slaloms is what she's after. Look at that. 1:19.74. Wait for the official time, but Farkasova and Subatova throwing down the gauntlet here for this young lady. Menna Fitzpatrick, guided by Jen Keogh. These two have even got their own Twitter page named after them, Jen and Men, or Men and Jen, either way around. The 19-year-old, originally from Macclesfield, a student of media production. Plenty of success at the last couple of World Cup finals. She's enjoyed this one already, winning the first race earlier. Did Fitzpatrick. You weren't tuned in. This is the winning duo from a little bit earlier on. She's the leader of the World Cup. 1 race, 1 win. That's why she gets to wear the leader's bib. Can she get somewhere near Farkasova? Through the line is a whoop from Keogh. And the two of them smiling and trying to catch their breath at the same time. Not always the easiest combination. Bringing those official times as soon as we can. At the moment, the system not up to date. This is the husband and wife pairing of the Umsteads. Now close to 42.17 and Danielle B. Rob leading Danielle into this second split section. "45-year-old turns 46 in just 5 days' time. And through the line, huge cheer at the bottom of the course for Umsteads. So, they lead out to the second of the Americans competing in the women's VI event. This is Stacey Manella, 21-year-old. I mentioned earlier, got that bronze at the World Championships. Manella and her guide, Sadie DeBone. Bright pink helmet of Sadie at the front. Stacey Manella has plenty to try and focus on. And Manella just 6-something seconds back. A little wide through that section as well. Yeah. Super combined bronze medal winner from the world champs. Going to be off the pace here in terms of winning times. 1:20.43 for Farkasova is the lead time. 1:21.04 from Fitzpatrick is second. And Millie Knight 1:24.43. So it looks like we're heading for a tie in the standings, because Fitzpatrick is going to finish first and a second, and Farkasova is going to finish today with a first and a second, unless Noemi Ivalista has anything to say about it. This is the German athlete now. 26-year-old with her guide Lucien Gekau. Wide. So, trying to conjure up as much speed as she can while staying safe. Lucien. Oh, she's gaining on him. And Listau was very close to her guide there. I'm not sure whether maybe Lucien wasn't aware that she'd closed up on him. Through the line, punching the air, Gekau. I'll try and get you the official time for that in a couple of moments. And a bit of work for the German pairing. Farkasova is our winner in 1:20.43. Fitzpatrick 1:21.04. Millie Knight 1:24.43. Just waiting for the official times for all of the athletes to come through.
Henrietta Farkasova, congratulations, tremendous victory, and your guide Natalia Sproda, who will be acting as a translator, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Just talk us through the run, a tremendous performance.
Povedz nám niečo teda o jazde, že bol to super výkon.
No super, vyhrali sme, takže sa teším. Konečne som si užila aj zjazd. Bola to taká konečne dobrá jazda v mojom podaní. Prvý pretek sa veľmi nevydaril, tak konečne som rada, že aj ten pocit z jazdy bol dobrý a teda aj výsledok.
So, great. I mean, it's been a great run, better than the first one for sure. She's very happy about the overall how it went, because the first one was kind of cautious, not so confident, but there was still quite a lot of mistakes. So we are very happy with the second run and just overwhelmed.
Henrietta and Natalia, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to Alan in the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Peter. And the Slovakian pairing that we've seen so often being interviewed here due to their success over the course of this season. They've really been the pair to beat, haven't they? And in the second competition of day one here in Canada, they were unbeatable. But it's a win each for Farkasova and Fitzpatrick as we head towards the women's standing competition next. So Anna Jochumsen of the Netherlands is first to leave the start gate. lady from the Netherlands. Looks to set the first time of the competition. And, 32-year-old from Manzini. Flag bearer at the closing ceremony of the 24 games. 2014 games, sorry. Got a bronze in the Super Combined at the World Championships back in 2015. That's her biggest achievement to date. A 6th place finish in the Super G in Sochi. But she clocks the first time here in this second event. Jochumsen was second in the first event, behind Alana Ramsey. This is Andrea Rothfuss now. The 28-year-old looking to better the time that's laid out before her by Jochumsen. Getting gold in the slalom in 2014. And she comes to the final 2 gates, then across the line. She's going to be behind. Rothfuss trails from Jochumsen. The official time hasn't come up, but she appeared to cross the line quite a way behind. So this is our winner from the first competition. She has the leader's bib on rather than a number. And Ramsey is outside of Jochumsen here in this second run, so this will make things interesting. Ramsey pushing on hard. Through the line, 1.6 seconds back. She's second for now, the 22-year-old from Calgary. Well, there was a big smile from her a little bit earlier on. But she's failed to topple Anna Jochumsen. Oh, and Steph Jallant is out immediately, near enough in her run. Erin Latimer now. What can Latimer do in terms of a time? She finds herself a podium performance here on day one. Just 21 years old. Lives in Toronto. Her grandfather actually co-founded a skiing club in Ontario in 1958. So you would say that skiing is pretty much in the family. So the times: Jochumsen, Rothfuss, Ramsey is third. And with Jochumsen, could well be the World Cup winner here. Latimer. 121, 24. She's outside of Jochumsen. 127.21. That's fourth for her at the moment. Seems pleased with the performance. A little wave to the camera. Mel Pemble next up. Pemble just 17. One for the future, you feel, for Canada. Competed at the World Cup final last year. Pemble 5 seconds back from Jochimsen now. Keen paracyclist as well, crossing the line. 1:30.90 for Mel Pemble. This is Katrina Schreber of USA. Not seen Schreber on the World Cup so far this season. 20-year-old getting a chance to compete at the final. Lives in Carlsbad. Trains at the National Sports Center in Winter Park, Colorado. Through the line she comes. 1:31.44. And Schreber, another that's got a big, big smile as she finishes. Maria Papulova, very much capable of a good performance. 35-year-old. Fourth place finish in Sochi at the slalom. Fifth in the downhill and the Super G. Couple of World Championship medals as well. Not a gold yet, but silvers and bronzes she has. But she's outside this time, the neutral para athlete. 1:27.34. Anastasia Gorasheva, just 21. The other end of her para-alpine skiing career to Papulova. Originally from Moscow. Still trains the Paralympic Centre there. She's a big lover of photography. He's Anastasia. So close to medaling on a couple of occasions at the World Championships last year. Or 2 years ago, should I say, in 6th place in the giant slalom, 5th in the slalom. But not at that sort of pace here in Kimberley. 10 seconds back, 1:35 exactly. Ursula Marlemont. 33-year-old with 2 Paralympic Games experiences already. 2 visits to the Winter Games. Not entirely a success on either of those visits, if she'd admit herself. Couple of disqualifications and 3 DNFs, eventually getting an 11th place finish in the giant slalom in Sochi. at two unfinished races in Vancouver. She crosses in 1:34.27. This is Ali Kunkel of the US. Just 16. Great opportunity to ski on this fabulous course and just be surrounded by some of the world's best here in Kimberley. Oh, she's going to hold the balance. She hasn't. And that's a big, big fall for Ali. And the youngster has felt that. And looks as if she'll need a little assistance here. But Kunkel just wiping away the snow from her face as a couple of coaches from varying countries come wandering across to offer some assistance. A couple of the American coaches are not far away at all. And, well, Ali Kunkel looks like she'll be all right. But took a hefty fall here on day number 1 on the second competition run. Got Molly Jepson up in a moment. See Kunkel just trying to get down as far as where the other ski went. She's, again, one of the coaches just able to bring that back to her so she can make her way down the outside of the course to the bottom, and I'm sure the American coaching staff will talk through what went wrong. There's the current leader. She's got a smile as wide as Canada. So she might. Just waiting for our next athlete, which is Molly Jepson. And then we'll be into the women's sitting event already. Doesn't it move quickly? Competition here at the World Para Alpine Skiing World Cup. Again, if you're maybe you're just watching this for the first time, you've never seen para skiing before, what we hope is that this whets your appetite, of course, for Pyeongchang. People watching the Olympics right this minute. Heavy snowy conditions a bit further down, and then it's just a little bit bleak at the bottom, but the sun seems to be coming out down this end of the course as well. Molly Jepson then, just 18 from Whistler. She's also in British Columbia. Molly says she just wants people to treat her as a normal person. I'm just one of them, and there is no difference. And that's kind of what I'm saying about tuning into the Paralympic Games as well, the Winter Games in Pyeongchang. Tune in and watch some of the achievements that the athletes come up with. Simply fantastic. Jepson racing down. She has missing fingers on her left hand. Part of her thumb and small finger, so hence the lack of a use of a pole in the left hand. And she's young, so in terms of core body strength to maneuver around, she can be competitive with her times. 0.22. Oh, Molly Jepson comes up big right at the end of the competition. And that will lift her into second place. It takes Ramsey off the podium in the second event. Just wait for the official times. So, what a fabulous second event she's had. Leapfrogging onto the podium, Molly Jepsen. 0.22 the difference. Jochumsen from Jepsen. Ramsey. I have, interestingly, I have Andrea Rothfuss in third position on my system. So this could be quite interesting. I think that Rothfuss should be in third position. Ramsey and Latimer, the rest of the order is correct. But the official results can be seen on the website. And I think we'll talk to our winner in just a moment.
Anna Jochumsen, women's downhill standing champion here in Kimberley on World Cup finals. How do you feel right now?
Oh, I'm super excited, super happy. It's crazy, but unbelievable. Like, I was super nervous. I was the first of the group to go down, and I had a really good time and a good run. But still, I was so nervous till the end. And then the last one is Molly, who's also really close to me. And yeah, it's an exciting race. It's so close. Like the whole group, it's very nervous. I'm very nervous.
Must give you a lot of confidence though going forward to Pyeongchang.
Yeah, absolutely. I was already very confident in speed, but then there were no races, so it was never a chance to see how it goes. And then this is the finals, the World Cup finals, and then I'll win. I'm super happy.
Congratulations once again. Back to Alan.
Thank you very much to Pete down there with Jochumsen, who, as you say, was nervous to the very end and had every right to be. The very last run, giving us a little bit of drama. So close. But, well, this is the next event coming up, the women's sitting. Claudia Loesch, the winner of the first event. She will go first, the great Austrian. She is already out on the course. 29 years old. A studier of political science. A civil servant with the Austrian Armed Forces. Had a bad season in 2015-16. Missed most of it due to a broken left femur. It was actually sustained in a car accident. But Loesch is somebody that the rest of the sit skiers look around and think, if I'm going to win this, I've got to beat this lady because she will be there or thereabouts. 2006 bronze, 2010 golds, bronzes and silvers. Only the silver in the Super G in Sochi, and that's something that Loesch has worked really hard on since those games. 4 years of hard work. She's had a great World Cup here this season. And the Austrian will have every intention of finishing her season in Pyeongchang with the highest possible accolades and those gold medals. Oh, big slide there. She's done very well to hold on. Left-hander, then a right-hander over the bout to the hill, into the sharp left towards the finish line. And Loesch sets a time of 1:22.26. So, that time set by Loesch for everybody else to try and follow. Next is Annalena Forster. .22-year-old. She's inside here, 0.03. There was an area of the course that Loesch had a real wobble. And if the rest of the athletes can keep on track a little better, than Loesch in that section. They have a chance. 122.26. She's outside at this split. And that's the one that matters. Loesch stays in front. Forster couldn't get herself in front of Claudia Loesch. Momoka Muraoka next. 20-year-old from Saitama. Still a student. Studies sports science. Back home in Tokyo. What's the split time looking for? That's very good. Muraoka in a good position here. Silver medalist at the downhill in 2015. She's got a few bronzes since then at World Championship level. Heading towards a second Winter Games. Oh, 137 inside. Real good from Muraoka. Anna Schaffelhuber up next. That time from Muraoka really pushing everyone else. Can the 25-year-old from Regensburg find the speed to match Muraoka? 120.89. Through the final course she comes. Yes, she can. 119.88. Schaffelhuber 1.01 inside Muraoka's time. This is Laurie Stevens. Oh, and Stevens drifts out to the side. You saw her raise her arms in frustration. And Stevens is out with just Barbara Van Bergen left to go. I'm hearing that Stephanie Victor won't run here, so we'll... Oh, well... I look back up and there's Barbara Van Bergen, who's hopefully okay. She's certainly out. Having a problem with her outrigger as well. They were on like a release catch. And Barbara just struggling to get back to the vertical. Here's what happened to Barbara off camera. Oh, real hard to deal with that. She gets airborne and probably not in the area that you want to get airborne. And Barbara Van Bergen's second run, or second event of the day, is over very quickly. Which means that Anna Schaffelhuber is indeed the victor of the women's sitting event. Van Bergen came second in the first competition. Loesch was the winner. Schaffelhuber was third. This time, real different scenario. It is Anna Schaffelhuber that takes the victory. Muraoka should be just behind her. We're waiting for the official results. Forster and then Loesch. And I think that means that Schaffelhuber will win the Downhill World Cup due to Loesch's fourth position finish by 3/100ths of a second. So a tight finish in the competition as a whole, but Schaffelhuber takes the victory, and we'll move on to the men's events in just a couple of moments. So again, to want to follow the action elsewhere, all the exclusive interviews and highlights and videos at Para Alpine is where you need to be, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat as well. The men's VI Vision Impaired event is next. Miroslav Hreos will go first for Slovakia. Just 31 years old is Miroslav Hreos. He and his guide Maros Hudik. Got a short break in proceedings here. I'm back with you in a couple of seconds. So here's the first of the men's VI athletes to go this afternoon in the second competition of the downhill. Miroslav Hreos and Maros Hudik, the team from Slovakia, looking to get themselves onto the podium. Can they emulate Fakasova, the lady from Slovakia who won the women's VI event not long ago? Kevin Burton will be next to go. There's the silver medal in the downhill in Sochi. So this is his thing, a little ragged through there. But the guide correcting the instructions needed. They all get to go out and do a check of the course. And look how far in front the guide is from Hreos. Each pairing has a different style. It always amazes me sometimes when the gap opens up. Hreos through the line, 1:16.82 for Miroslav Hreos. Is that enough for the 31-year-old? Kevin Burton, Mr. Fit, with all those experiences of the para cross country and the para biathlon under his belt. Fitness is not an issue for him. He actually served in the US Navy as an Arabic linguist from 2001 to 2010. Only retiring on medical grounds in 2011. So, a man that loves his fitness. Can he find the sort of form that would take him to a medal here? A podium place would be very special, I'm sure, for Kevin Burton. 101.60 at this split. He's going to be behind that. Big jump for the guide, which is Brandon Ashby. And through the line they come. The 35-year-old completes his day. Now, he's a man looking for a double. He's won event number 1. Can Makmaku win event number 2? Nobody's managed it yet. 3 different winners in the second competition for the women. Mac and Jack might have very separate ideas to that indeed. Can the Super Canadian pairing take a second victory in a day? The 20-year-old following down Jack Leach. Gold in Sochi on the giant slalom, bronze in the downhill, bronze in the Super G. Was gutted not to finish the slalom and the Super combined. Exceptionally humble young man, but has got all the ability to compete with any of the best VI skiers, and he's inside Harreus' time, 1:40 the difference. Oh, he's really had to work hard, and they've enjoyed that. These two are having fun, and that's part of the game. 1:13.70 from Makmaku. Jon Santacana Mistegui. 1:13 from Makmaku. Miguel Garces guiding down the great Spaniard. .37 now. Not exactly spring chicken range, but he's still putting in performances that allow him to podium during World Cups, and he will be hoping to get a hat-trick of downhill Winter Paralympic Games golds. Took it in Vancouver. He took it in Sochi. Can he do it again in Pyeongchang? But the sort of form that Makmaku is in makes it hard to believe, but it's about what happens on the day. It's about what happens on the slope. These two, again, like lots of instructions coming as they come over the line. 1:15.70. That puts Santacana in second, Burton in third, with 3 to come. This is Jakub Krako. Krako and Branislav Brosman, who's just 21. They've been together since 2013 as a partnership. Branislav is from Spiska, whereas Jakub is from Zelina. The flag bearer of the opening ceremony of the 2014 game, should I say. It's twice I've said that, no idea why. Just wishing into the future. Jakub Krako. 60.20 is the time for Marku through this section. He's slower by 1.91. $1:13.70 is the official time for Makmaku. Krako, 1:18.17. Mark Batum next. Yeah. 59-year-old from Seattle. Silver in the downhill in Vancouver. Silver in both the Super G and the Super Combined in Sochi. Kei Yamamoto guides him down. It's a very US outfit, isn't it? The stripes and the stars. Batham a little off the pace here, 3 seconds plus to be exact. Keep coming, shouts Cade. Tucks in towards the finish. 1:17.34 at the line. These times have to be corrected towards the end. Santacana is second. Burton is still third here. And two Slovakians not having anywhere near the success that Henrietta Farkasova had. This is Patrick Jensen. Laura Falk leading Patrick. "21-year-old. Got a tattoo on his left bicep of a Lego him. A Lego Patrick Jensen. It's a Lego him riding a skateboard and holding a cane. So certainly got a sense of humour as Patrick Jensen. He's working very hard here, following the instructions of Lara through those headset microphones. Trying to follow the line that she makes. So many different levels of vision impairments. Again, just hearing them communicate with each other. Or asking a question and Patrick just having enough air to shout, yep. 1:23.10. And Mac Marcoux is the first man to do a double here on day one. The Canadian victory in the opening downhill event. He's done it again here. And the Jack and Mac attack certainly works a treat. We'll have a chat with them in a few moments' time. We've still got two more competitions to come, the men's standing and the men's sitting events here on day one in the downhill.
Matt Marcoux and guide Jack Leach. Well, a good day. It's just turned into a very excellent day.
Yeah, I think we couldn't be happier coming out of today. You know, it's a lot, building a lot of confidence coming into Korea. So, yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I mean, 2 downhills on the air and 2 wins. It's hard to complain with that.
Tell us the difference between the first win and the second win.
This morning was definitely we just wanted to come down, you know, ski hard and fast, but we wanted to just, you know, get a finish in and feel good. And I think this run we had a little more knowledge of how the course was going to run, so we could push it a little more. And it was awesome. The light was a lot better this afternoon. You know, the sun peeked out for a little bit, so yeah, I think we're pretty stoked on second run.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, speeds are up a little bit for second run, which I think from what Korea was last year will probably be a little more similar to the conditions. So yeah, it was good to get a run down there, and yeah, you know, a few little mistakes in there, but it was a great run.
And for the second time, once again, congratulations. Back to Alan.
Thank you very much, Peter. Yeah, you can just feel the confidence ebbing and flowing from that Canadian duo, can't you? Be hard to beat in Pyeongchang, the pair of them. Men's standing event up next. Jeffrey Strutt leading out the field, and here is young Jeffrey. Already out on the course and already looking to try and set the quickest time for everyone else to follow. Got to get to the bottom to set a time. He's had some difficulties with that this season, as Jeffrey, but he's not let it drag him down. He's still got that big smile and full of confidence in his own ability. So he should be as well. Bronze medal winner at a World Championships. You don't get those for free. So Jeffrey Strutt coming into the second split area, 104.84. And, well, Jeffrey finding himself off the course. He's had a bit of that this season. Let's hope for him it all comes good in Pyeongchang and he can put this World Cup season down to experience. Robin Kush. Can he complete the course and set the first time? Just 19 from Neuchâtel, home of Neuchâtel Damax, Swiss football team. Made his international debut back in 2012. He's inside Strutt's time in that section. And, well, he'll cross the line in 1:17.08. Is that enough to hang on in there? So 1:17.08 for Robin Kush. Alexis Guimont. 18. Mentioned earlier, originally from Houston, Texas. Bronze at the giant slalom at the World Championships last year. He's well inside Kush's time here. 1.41. Getting aerial without issue into that final left hand. And he's going to be well inside. 1:58 for Guimont. So Guimont now, the athlete to beat. Mitch Gawley. Massive smile on his face, Mitch, in Tarvisio, and he picked up a World Championship gold medal in the Super Combined. Throwing himself at absolutely every corner. 1:15.50, the time to beat. He's going to be outside of that. 1:17.14. Day one here in Canada. Not been a Mitch Gawley day. There's the shake. Kirk Schornstein now. $1:15.50, the time to beat. Schornstein will feel very at home here. Just 24 years old. Into the split section, 171 back. Has he got what it takes to pull that back? through the line. 2.3 the difference for Sean Steen and his compatriot Guimont. So it's not to be for Kirk. Thomas Grocha now. Four-year-old from Klagenfurt. Competed in Sochi, got a 5th place finish in the slalom. Was 11th in the super combined. Oh, he's just about stayed on the course through that section. He's 1.81 seconds back here at that second split section. 1:15.50 the time given to Alexis Guimont. Groka's not going to pressure it either. Across the line he comes, 1:18.09. Thomas Field next up. 31-year-old from Schweiz in Switzerland. Married to Evelyn. Looking at his 4th Paralympic Games. Thomas Field. Silver in the slalom back in 2006. Hasn't managed to recapture that medal-winning moment in other Winter Games. But he's chasing hard. 1:15.50. Left-hander to come. He's going to be outside as well. 1:17.39. Guimont's time. He's looking more and more impressive with every run that passes by. Michael Brugger, another exceptionally experienced athlete, competing back in 1998, as I mentioned earlier. Medalled in the giant slalom then, he came 2 5th positions in Sochi. It's not for him today, 1:19.46 as he comes across the line. Adam Hall, New Zealand next up. Hall chases down on that 1:15.50. 30-year-old from Dunedin. Got married in 2017, only back in last year, to Elitsa, who actually represented the US in Torino in 2006 and Vancouver in 2010. I'm sure she's watching on, supporting Adam here. Whether she's here at the P-Store or watching at home. Oh, he was close. Just outside, 1:16.17. He's put everything in there as Adam Hall. Just coming up short, though. Marcus Salka, winner earlier on today in event 1, has the leader's bib on. What's his split time? 1:01.79. Oh, he's inside. It's quick as well from Salka. Can the overall World Cup winner from last season continue his Well, he's just been returning to form. His early season in the World Cup wasn't great. That smashed it. 1:14.05. 1.45 the difference. What a run from Salka. Can he do the double like Marcoux? Braden Luscombe, one of Canada's single leg skiers. Just 25 from Duncan. Can he get anywhere near to Salka? It's not bad. 0.76 at the moment. Salka leads from Grimont. Can Luscombe put a second Canadian flag on that podium? Towards the line. Oh, he's 1:18 behind. 1:15.23. That should put him in second position. Moving Alexis Remont down into third. Santeri Kivri next. '17-year-old. It's had some good performances on this World Cup circuit. I think in the slalom, he might be worth a watch. Got a 6th place finish in the Super Combined in Tarvisio last year. 8th and 9th in the Giant Slalom and Slalom respectively in that event. That's at 1:17.98. That'll put him in front of Grochar and Brugge. I think he knows he can go quicker. Thomas Walsh. American looks okay so far. '23. He was in Vail, in Colorado. Energetic run, but not going to be anywhere near the 1:14.05. 3.71 seconds back with a 1:17.76 for Thomas Walsh. Niko Jancic should be next. Niko is 20. 6th place finisher at the 2 slalom events back in 2015's World Championships. Didn't have a great deal of success at the 2017 World Championships in Italy last year. Had a broken collarbone late in 2017. So, did that only in November. So certainly just coming back from that. And through the line comes Pijancic then, 1:18.69. And there's the leader, Markus Salka. I'm not sure, I'm confident that he was going to beat that. I'm very confident that plenty of people will have a go. This is Martin Francis. Francis, 33-year-old from Bravo. Born with underdeveloped upper and lower limbs. Francis doesn't allow himself to be held back by that. It's two-time Paralympian already. But way off the pace here. 6 seconds back at the second split time. .24 the difference in the end. Fancy will have a long think about that. Not his best weekend, or at least start to a weekend in this World Cup campaign. Andrew Harrogate up next. It's 22. We mentioned a little bit earlier from Enfield. And he's gone out here. And Harrogate is disappointed with himself. Just rocked his head back onto the snow, you could tell. And that brings to an end his run. Now, it's a pretty tight course here. You can see how close the gates are to the fences at the side. So they'll hope that Harrogate clears the course fairly quickly. We had a couple of issues of yellow flags waving down skiers earlier, which gave us a little delay between run 1 and 2. This is James Stanton now, so Harrogate makes way for another American. Stanton just batting aside one of those gates. .23-year-old. He's got a dream job on Wall Street, he says. And, this will be his final season racing before going off to do that job full time. Says his dad is his hero, Michael. Inspires him to be the best person he can every day. It's good stuff. Alexander Alyabayev next. 28-year-old representing the neutral para-athletes. Is he close here? Around about 2 or 3 seconds off the pace, Alyabayev. Bronze winner of the slalom in Sochi. He's not going to get anywhere near the 114 required, 117. Marcus Salka waits to see if he is indeed the winner. Back to back. Only 6 more, including Thomas Mulder, who you see on your screen now. The sunshine out in force here. You can see it make the snow glisten, beautiful as it may seem. Might be a little bit hazardous from a vision point of view for the skiers, but Mulder leaping through sections of the course. 3.5 back. Mulder finishing in 1:18.32. Santiago Vega up next. One of 3 Chilean athletes out on the course today. Vega already behind at split 1, 6 seconds or so. The difference. It's not for a want of trying. You can see putting everything in, maybe a little too erratic at times. Vega pushing hard. Oh, just holding on over that ridge. Tucking in where possible. desperately trying to get the speed. Well, he's going to be well outside of a winning time, but Vega is going to make it to the bottom of the run. And the Chilean from Santiago crosses the line. Loves the adrenaline. He says it's the only sport where I feel free and where I belong. Yeah, John T. O'Callaghan. Already competed at slalom events at the World Championship, so getting in some much needed downhill practice. But competitive downhill racing at that. Just a little side slide to try and curb his speed there. O'Callaghan coming through. Lists his heroes as Nelson Mandela and Australian cricketer Donald Bradman. And O'Callaghan goes across the line on 20:31. Two Brits. Next up, Andy Barlow to come through. About 9:30 in the UK right now. I'm not sure if the Andy Barlow fan club is watching on. I'm sure they might be. He's a man who's received a George Medal for acts of bravery back in the United Kingdom. He's got two boys, Cam and Owen, 9:30. Not sure would they be awake or not. But Barlow crossing the line, 14.79 seconds back at the moment. When he does cross the line, will be well outside of a winning time, but it's all about learning as you go along. Barlow very much in the early part of his career, originally from Bolton, ends up being 17.88 seconds back, but well, he's getting the chance to compete at serious competition level, and hopefully he's enjoying it, as I'm sure he does enjoy being home with his sons as well. This is Matt Short now. "27-year-old. Took a bit of a hefty tumble towards the end of the first competition in the men's standing event earlier. But Short, no mistakes this time. 1:31.72, 17.6 seconds down on the lead times. But he'll be glad to cross the line on his skis this time. Now, Theo Rimeux. And the reason you haven't called Marcus Salker the winner is because Theo Rimeux went last in the first competition and came second. Did a 1:16.99 earlier on. Can he get near Marcus Salker again? 1:14.05. He's just 0.92 back again. Theo Rimeux has had a good World Cup season. Can he give us something incredible at the end? Salker has been in that winning position for a long time. He can't, not by much though. 1.13 the difference, and Rimeux puts himself in second again. Managed to get a ski caught up right at the end, but he'll see the funny side of that. And he's got himself 2 second positions as well. Braden Luscombe will find the podium in third position, just in front of Alexis Clement, who I thought was going to lead all the way through at one stage. Theo Rimeux comes in second. Marcus Salker takes it. It's back-to-back victories on day one for the Austrian. So we'll catch up with Marcus Salker in a couple of moments. He's with Pete.
Marcus Salcher, very close in the end there with Theo, but you must be delighted with today's downhills.
Yeah, it was great, sweet double win, and yeah, I'm really confident, and it was a great race for me.
Must build you with a lot of confidence going forward towards Pyeongchang.
Yeah, for sure. Even in Pyeongchang is the track not that flat, so I have to go out another way, and hopefully it will be the same way in Pyeongchang.
Marcus Salcher, dual winner today. Congratulations. Back to Alan.
Thank you very much, Pete. As Theo Rimur has managed to wedge his ski into the netting. He even needs the help of a cowboy to get it out. So Rimur comes home in second. It's well, it's all about North America to start with in the men's sitting event. America, Tyler Walker, American Andrew Kirker, Canadian Kurt Oatway, and American Josh Elliott will be the first four to go. Where will they finish? Let's find out, shall we? Andrew Kirker winning the first event of day one here in Canada. Who will press him this time out? So at the top, this is the ever electrifying Tyler Walker. Give him snow, and he will shred. What sort of time can Tyler Walker come up with to set the rest of the field? Thought he was a little off the pace in his first run. Might have been throwing a little bit of caution to the wind with recent knocks he's taken on the World Cup circuit. Maybe with Pyeongchang just on the horizon. He just wants to get there unscathed. And when you've had the sort of injuries that he's had, you can half understand that. Okay. Sliding and gliding through the course. The American coming in towards the second split time. That's been and gone. 31-year-old down towards the penultimate gate, left into the line, 1:17.24. Now, can Andrew Kirker do what the two men before him have and win back-to-back golds on day one? Matt Marcoux has managed it. Marcus Salcher has managed it. Can Andrew Kirker? Walker's time at this second split, 1:03.22, well inside, 2.18 the difference between Kirker and Walker here. Kirker really finding the speed. Oh, tremendous through that section. Oh, 1:14.28 from Andrew Kirker. What have the rest of the field got now? Kurt Oatway up next, 33-year-old from Edmonton. Studied geology at the university. Got involved in paraskiing properly 2010, and Oatway's quick here. A little wide through that section, but this is good from Kurt Oatway so far. 1:14.28. Has he got it? Oh, more than got it. 1.52 the difference. So we won't have 3 double winners in the men's events. Josh Elliott, big fall for him in event 1 today. What can the 36-year-old from Edmonds, Washington, come up with this time? Will be desperate to get a run completed. Sure, wife Samantha watching on. Very much into his computer systems and telecommunications. Competed at a couple of world championships. He's off the pace in terms of time, but he's on the course. Flying through that section on 21:30. Here's De Langen. Up next, that's 19. They do have a good squad of youngsters in the men's section. To the Dutch, De Langen, Stud, Jeroen Kampstuur. Those last two already having won medals at World Championship level. De Langen off the pace here. 2.86 seconds back from Kurt Oatway. That performance from Oatway was scintillating, wasn't it? Getting some air, De Langen, and just hanging on towards the end. 1:16.29. That'll put him in third position for now, Niels De Langen. Oatway's 1:12.76. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, the two Japanese athletes earlier were really in the mix. What have they got this time around? Kira Kano is the first to go. Taiki Mori will be next. Switch positions in order this time around. 0.3, that's not a lot. It was Kirker that stopped them from being in the top position earlier. And it's Oatway this time around. 0.24. Not a lot at all. 1:13 exactly for Akira Kano. And he goes second again. So Akira Kano goes second. Taiki Mori. Can the 37-year-old find that 0.3 that Kano couldn't? He's down. The simple answer to that is no. Taiki Mori just trying to give it too much. And down he goes. Japanese coach coming to return the ski. And we'll just have to wait at the top. Roman Rabel, who led for a little while this morning. There's Mori being guided down by one of his coaches. Safest and quickest way off the course for Taiki Mori. You see Mori disappearing. Andrew Kirker won't get a back-to-back victory for him. He's sat discussing the event. Kurt Oatway, 1.52 seconds quicker than Andrew Kirker. Snow starts to come again at the top of the mountain. So this is Roman Rabel. "26 years old. Three bronze medals in Sochi. Can the Austrian better that this time out? He's not had the best of World Cup seasons. Good, I thought, this morning. Kano has the quickest of the first split section times now, 39.44. Rabel nearly a second down on that. Kurt Oatway. .64 the difference. To the line, 1:14.59 for Roman Rabel, 1.83 back from our leader. Kano in second, just 0.24 the difference. You just see the demise of Christoph Kunz, and that's why he's just there. Now Jesper Pedersen having the season of his life so far at 18. Wasn't expecting to be anywhere near a favourite for Pyeongchang, but he's certainly put himself in that bracket. What's he got here? How's his downhill? Pedersen throwing himself at it. It's the Jesper Pedersen we've come to know on this World Cup circuit so far. He's outside of Kano's opening section by over a second. He's going to have to go some to catch Kurt Oatway from here. A little tentative than we're used to perhaps seeing Jesper Pedersen, and 2.24 seconds back. Slalom has been his thing here in the speed events. You do wonder if a couple of the athletes are getting a feel for downhill, but not quite going full on, with Pyeongchang literally around the corner. 1:15.08 for Pedersen, who's breathing heavy. Thomas Nolte should be next. Had an interrupted first run, did Nolte. He's had a couple of tumbles in the World Cup Series. We've been watching all of the World Cup events. He was the man that cartwheeled right out of the course in Kutai. Clearly fine. .112 ticks by. But Nolte will get to the bottom and complete his run this time out. 1:21.11. Kampschler next. Dutchman from Liederdorp. .98 back here, Kampschler. If he can close that up a bit, he might have a chance of a podium, maybe. 112 is gone. In towards the line. 1:15.23. So it remains as you were. Oatway, Kano, Kirker. Yasmin Bamba. US skier, the bright yellow helmet on. .38 years old now, Yasmin. First athlete to represent Serbia at a Paralympic Winter Games. He did so in 2010. He's competed at Sochi as well. 1:18.59 for Bamba this time out. Floris Meyer up next. He had a coming together with one of the gate posts in run number one. Went straight through it, literally. Completing the run will be the main aim this time out for Floris Meyer. Getting this downhill practice in. You hear a lot of the guys when they're being interviewed talk about that. And it just has been a frustrating season. St. Moritz and Teen were the venues that downhill and Super G were meant to be competed. Just unable to deliver either due to the weather. Oh, he's got sideways again as Floris. And he's took a big hit here. Well, he's took a big hit to the head here. Whilst initially he got up quickly, he might be in a little bit of pain. It was a big fall from Floris Meyer. And, well, Niels de Langen looking on. We'll be expecting Floris to appear at the bottom. There's no big screen for them to see what's happened. This is quite early. Coming into a left-hander here. He's just got aerial. And then as he tries to square it up, oh, it's really hit the side of his head quite hard. I'm sure the medical team will take a look at Floris and check him out. Looking on. We'll know now that Floris has had a mishap elsewhere because he hasn't appeared at the bottom just yet. So frustration for Floris Mayer. 2 big hits in a day for him. Tyler Walker knows all about big hits. Alex Cairns will be waiting patiently. 26-year-old from Vancouver. Originally, anyway. Competed at the World Champs a couple of years ago, 2015. There's Camp Schreur and De Lang and the 2 Dutch compatriots of Floris Mayer. And plenty of people still out on the resort, enjoying themselves. And Mayer just being directed down to the side. Look back at some of the highlights from earlier on. It's the team of Mac Marcoux and Jack Leach. Back-to-back winning performances for them on day one. They will be in very buoyant moods, the pair of them, getting ready for their trip to Pyeongchang. Well, back to the action. Alex Cairns, as I said, waiting patiently after that tumble for Floris Mayer. And Cairns can think about getting down and setting a time of his own. 26-year-old underway. Got signed up for lessons by his grandma many years ago. And not really looked back since, has he? Competing here on the World Cup circuit. Fan of kayaking and hiking and biking. Pretty much a man that's keen on his outdoor activities. Not sure he does them all at minus 17, mind you. 4.2 seconds back. Even in the early stages, Cairns unable to cope with the speeds of Akira Kano or Kurt Oatway. And out. Well, miss a gate, you go out, and Cairns just not finding the line that he needed through that section. And Ali Velasquez should be next. As Cairns making his way to safety on the far side. And here is Ali Velasquez, originally from Cancun. Mentioned earlier, he just spends a lot of his time in Park City, Utah, where there is plenty of resorts and mountains to get some training in. Oh, Velasquez sliding off to the right side. Big plume of snow sent high, and when it cleared, Velasquez is lying in the snow. The Mexican is out. Mark Sawyer, he's scheduled to come next. You just see here, Velasquez just doesn't find the line to come in. And way too quick, just drops off the course to the right side. And out of the World Cup race 2. There's Sawyer. Years old. Just being held momentarily. And Sawyer's away. Actually took up skiing during his rehabilitation after an accident in 2004. He's also had a go at wheelchair tennis, rugby and basketball all at the same time as part of his rehabilitation. Just wanted to get involved in sport. Big music fan as well. Actually broke 12 ribs during a fall at the World Championships in Tarvisio last year, so been a bit of a road back for Sawyer. She works as a jeweller. At that second split time then, it was 59.46 the time from Oatway, so he has some 6.5 seconds back nearly. Oatway continues to lead. 5 more athletes to come after Mark Sawyer crosses the line. 1:20.42. So this is Nicholas Biscayet Hudson, bib number 75. Hudson was on our screens a little bit earlier on. 19 years of age from studied at University in Santiago. And the snow continues to fall. The different light in sections of the course really giving off beautiful and very scenic shots from our camera guys. But, the Chilean racing away in the fading sunlight. Can he stay on the course here? 4 to come after him. .59.46 this split time section. Hudson well outside of that. Motorcycle accident in 2012, so this is really very early in his career. 5 seconds back for Hudson. He's certainly got the bravery and the speed. Needs to work on perhaps his racing line and a bit more accuracy, but there's plenty of time for him within this sport. This is Lee Chi-won. Told he can go. And Lee Chi-won gets his race underway. 37 years old now. Failed to finish either of his races in Sochi. The slalom and giant slalom were his choices to compete in there. Well, that's where we lost Velasquez earlier. Chi-won coming through the heavy snowfall and sunlight. Got a 9th place finish in the slalom in the World Championships, which is a great achievement so far in his career. Got to work on finding some more pace. You see here the split time in this section just after this left-hander is 59.46. He's way out of that. 7.78 seconds. So people go through their training and they practice more. Sometimes it's just that little bit more bravery into the corners. How low can I get down? How tight can I go? 9.75 seconds the difference for Lee Chi-won. Well, Kurt Oatway has come up with a fab time. 3. In fact, I think only 2. I'm hearing that Simon Wallner may not run. So this is Diego Sigel Moreno. Sigel Moreno starts his second run of the day. Diego is 32, a resident of Santiago. He was involved in a snowboarding accident back in 2002. He was introduced to the sport by Chilean Paralympian Thomas de Villa, saying to Diego, try this and see how you do. And well, that's what he's doing. Hasn't got a major event to his name yet. Be looking to put that right. Sliding into this second split section, you see the difference here. Diego 12.11 seconds back on Kurt Oatway. Find some little speed through these final sections, into the right to drop down into the penultimate gate and left and towards the line. 128.54 for Diego Seguer Moreno. Sam Tate next. '26-year-old from Sydney. First season really competing at the highest level. First World Cup final for Tate. That time of Oatway's 1:12.76. Really, really quick. Getting quite low down on his left side there. If you get too low and the bottom of the bucket seat can hit the snow, and away you can go. But he's holding on to it. Nailing these landings is Tate as well. That was an awkward one, but he's stayed on course. Drop into this left-hander and across the line. That's not bad, you know. Only 5 seconds the gap. There's been bigger gaps. But Sam Tate. Finishes his run. Well, that indeed concludes the men's sitting event and our event today here in Kimberley. Kurt Oatway gets another top of the podium position for Canada. He beats Akira Kano in this one. Andrew Kirker has to settle for third in this event. Good result for Hudson and Tate inside the top 10. Kamstra and De Langen getting themselves in there as well. Some good names competing here in Canada, getting that experience and getting that practice in ready for Pyeongchang. We'll speak to our winner, Kurt Oatway, in a couple of moments. He's with Pete.
Kurt Oatway, congratulations, downhill champion on home snow. How does that sound?
It sounds great. I've been skiing this hill for a long time. This is actually the first hill that I ever had a World Paralpine Skiing race at, and it's also the first time that I've won on this mountain. So it feels great.
And it must give you an awful lot of confidence going through to the Paralympic Winter Games in Pyeongchang.
It does give me confidence. I'm a speed skier. Downhill Super G is my groove, and going into Pyeongchang, there's a lot of good races out there, but and we're all really close. But I'm gonna push hard, and this gives me a good momentum into that.
Congratulations, Kurt. There was plenty of people cheering you on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to Alan.
Well, thank you very much to Pete Selby for all of the interviews here today. Thank you very much for watching as the sun starts to fade here on the Dreadnought course in Kimberley for day one of the World Cup finals. Check out the highlights a little bit later on today on all of our social media channels. Follow at Para Alpine for all the exclusive content. But for now, from myself, Alan March, and all of the team here in Kimberley, in Canada, on day one of the World Cup finals, goodbye.